Welcome to Premia TNC's YouTube channel. In this video, we would like to share about audit fee guideline in Malaysia. Auditing is a key part of running a business in Malaysia and one that every potential business owner should be familiar with. Accounting is crucial in running a company, both for the shareholders and tax authorities. Therefore, the value of a proper audit is invaluable, hence, the need for a capable auditor. You don't need to be an auditor to know about auditing, especially when you simply want to provide oversight to the auditor. To that end, let's take a look at audit fee guideline in Malaysia. What determines your audit fee? The Malaysian Institute of Accountants, MIA, set forth guidelines for calculating auditing fees in 1994 in the Recommended Practice Guide 7, RPG 7. The guide established acceptable levels of remuneration in keeping with the provision of professional assurance services and creating a general standard. After several revisions, the RPG 7 was eventually withdrawn in 2015. The auditing fee is usually determined in one of two ways, which is time-based and value-based. What determines your audit fee? Firstly, time-based. Time is essential in auditing in terms of hours of quality work put in by members of the company and the efficiency of the auditor. Recording time serves as valuable evidence of the work done in the company. The time charge, in this case, varies, usually dependent on the work of the auditor and the staff. The auditing practice, therefore, determines the charge out. With the basis for the charge out rate not being uniform, the audit fee is dependent on the audit practice. The common theme for this practice is to have an audit fee that is 3 times the direct cost of labor. On the other hand, value-based. The audit fee is determined by the skill, risk, amount of responsibility, and time the work requires. There is a direct relationship between the auditing fees charged and the total asset value of a company or gross turnover or operating expenditure. Thanks to this consistency in fee levels, total assets, or gross turnover are the MIA's recommended method of determining auditing fees. How are audit fees calculated? Despite the RPG 7 being withdrawn, auditing fees are still judged in compliance with this act. As opposed to waiting for an auditor to determine your auditing fees, you can estimate your auditing fee and be prepared to pay before the audit. In accordance with your auditing fee, the audit fee guideline for Malaysia is based on the following basis, which are gross turnover or total assets and total operating expenditure basis. Please refer to the table on gross turnover or total assets basis and total operating expenditure basis. Tips to reduce audit fee. For a number of reasons, including inflation costs, auditing fees are predicted to rise continually. While auditing fees may rise, you can limit your expenditure in this regard. Firstly, use the latest software. Auditing manually or with outdated software tends to lengthen the auditing time, in some cases, up to 3 times longer. On the other hand, the latest auditing software is known to be quicker and less time-consuming. Auditing fees will tend to be less with the latest auditing software, even when hiring the most experienced auditors. Secondly, proper documentation. One of the causes of long audits is the need to process a lot of documents during the audit. With a need to ensure a company doesn't have misstatements in their financial dealings, documents must be sorted adequately. By arranging and labeling documents properly, the auditor's job will be made easier and faster, resulting in a lower auditing fee. Thirdly, improving internal control. One thing that is certain when it comes to auditing is that paying for internal service is less expensive than paying for an external audit. One way of reducing auditing costs is to improve internal control, paying your staff more to help improve output. Higher output, especially in bookkeeping, will, in turn, lead to less work for the auditor and less auditing fees. Fourthly, hiring experienced staff. A staff with previous experience in bookkeeping, especially one with auditing experience, is sure to help improve your books. Auditing knowledge can also help prepare the company better for an audit, resulting in a cheaper audit. Fifthly, responding to auditor requests promptly. You can help speed up the auditing process by answering any questions or providing any materials the auditor asks for quickly. The longer you take to deliver any requests, the longer the audit will take, resulting in a higher auditing fee. You will also build a trusting relationship with the auditor against future audits. In this regard, Both the company and the auditor want the same thing. Next, transparency with auditors. Any issues you may have discovered yourself prior to the auditor's arrival are best brought before the auditor as opposed to letting them discover them themselves. Auditors tend to be considerate when inconsistencies are reported as opposed to discovered in the auditing process. The auditor will also have questions that should be answered honestly to promote trust. Last but not least, close accounts early. Most companies make the mistake of waiting to close the financial period late in the year and still wish the period to close before the new year. The end-of-year rush tends to be harsh on auditors and comes with overtime and, as such, tends to lead to higher auditing fees. How can a secretary help you? A secretary helps in collating and submitting documents such as financial statements to the company's Commission of Malaysia. The secretary can also help provide any financial documents the auditor may require during the audit. Conclusion: auditing is a key part of business finance in Malaysia. If you want to incorporate a company in Malaysia and gain a foothold in the Asian market, then you must familiarize yourself with business auditing and be ready to follow all the rules. Discover more information by visiting us at the link provided. Contact us for more information.